Let's make a VR game together, and in this new episode we are going to add some music and some sound effect to our game. As always, feel free to subscribe down below for the last episode of this series, where we will optimize our VR game and publish it on itch.io. So, if you'd like to support my work and get access to the Resolute Unity project, I will leave in the description my Patreon. But without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so as you can see, before recording these tutorials, I've added 5 different audio for my game. One that is a background audio, one for the spaceship engine, one for the gun, one for when we start to grab an object, and one when the doors open. So let me just drag them inside our project, under here the audio folders. Okay, now I'm going to show you 2 ways of quickly be able to link one of these audios to the interaction of your game. And the first one is using the affordance system. So, for example, if I take this cube and that we want to add a certain audio when we want to grab it, an easy way is to simply right-click, create an empty game object, call it audio affordance, and then add an interactable affordance state provider. Beautiful. Now, with this affordance state provider, we can then add an audio affordance receiver, and as you can see, this has automatically added an audio source, which is able to play an audio. Now for this audio source, let's remove the play on awake, and we can set here the spatial blend to 3D, as we want the audio playing on the interactable to be 3D. Now again, for the min and max distance, what I like to do is set the max distance to 10 or even maybe to 5 to not have something too big. Beautiful. But now the important component is here down below, the audio affordance receiver. Now, as you can see, it needs a reference to the state provider, so let's drag it here over there. And it also needs the affordance theme datum. So basically what we've done is, with this affordance state provider, we are able to add some visual or some audio when interacting with an object, like this little cube that we are able to grab. And with this affordance theme datum that we have not created yet, we will be able to say which audio we want to play. So let me show you. I'm going to right-click in the project, go to Create Affordance Theme, and then to Audio Affordance Theme. I'm going to rename it Grab Audio Theme. And as you can see down below, we have a list of all of the interaction that we have when interacting with an object. Now, for example, in my case, I want to just play a little audio when we grab this cube. So what I'm going to do is simply drag the grab start under the state enter over there. Now we can go back to our audio affordance and drag the grab audio theme over there. And now everything is handled. By doing so, every time that we will grab this cube, a little audio will play. That's awesome. Now, the last thing that we want to do is simply here set up the interactable source. So basically drag the cube XR grab interactable over there. But in my case, I will do it automatically, and you will understand why in a minute. So to do so, I'm going to click on Add Component and add a auto find interactable affordance. Now this script will be really simple. We just need an awake function, and in the await we want to get the component XR interactable affordance state provider, and then do interactable source equals get component in parent of type XR base interactable. This way, we will be able to directly set the interactable on the affordance state providers. Now, we need 2 namespaces, so let me just add them by simply using the light tips here. Now, as you can see, this has automatically added the 2 correct namespaces. Now we can save and go back to Unity. And if we wait for the script to compile, now if I click on play, as you can see, by default, it automatically adds the interactable source on the affordance state provider. That's awesome. And this means that now, with the audio affordance, we can simply create a prefab out of this audio affordance and drag it under any grabbable object that we have, and it will still play the audio. So that's an awesome way of basically populate your whole game with just one game object that is responsible to trigger the audio. Now, in this case, for the cube, these cubes are prefab. So if we go to override and click on apply all, it will apply this audio affordance change on all of the prefab, as you can see. Now, if we have a look at all of the little cube, they all have here an audio affordance as a child, which means that we will be able to directly play an audio when grabbing one of these cubes. But for example, for this gun, it is not done yet. What we can do is simply drag the audio affordance under our audio. Oh, and it's not happy right now because we have created a prefab out of the cube. So let me simply duplicate the audio affordance, put it under here. Then we can rename this audio affordance to simply remove the one at the end and drag it finally here. So there you go. Now with this, we have successfully managed to create an audio affordance prefab that will be able to add any audio to any XR grab interactable. So for example, if we go not under one of the cube, but under the space way small, we can simply drag it now under it. And we can do so with the sci-fi pistol as well. Beautiful. We can do so also for the space ways breakable and drag the audio affordance right under it. And we can do also for all of the rock parts that are created when we break the big rock. Beautiful. Now, one last thing to do, and it's to click on play to see if we are able to hear some audio when interacting with these objects. Beautiful, guys. Now, as you can see, if I try to grab one of the cube, you should hear a little grab audio. And as you can see, this is awesome. It really adds a nice layer of polishing to our game. And this does work on the cube, but also on the other interactable as well. But if you recall, we have more audio that we can add to our game. We have the door open, the spaceship background, the spaceship engine, and the spaceship gun. Now, to add them to our scene, I'm not going to use an affordance system. I'm simply going to add an audio manager that you should have in your project by importing the start scene. So if we right click, create empty, call it audio manager, and add an audio manager script. Now, if we double click on this script, as you can see, it is really simple. It contains some data to create a sound. And if you create a list of sound, it basically at the start of the game adds an audio source based on the different data that you want for this particular audio clip. And then you can just simply play and stop the audio that you want. But the secret on this component is that it has an instance, which is a singleton, which means that you will be able to call this audio manager anywhere in your project, which is super handy to quickly add some audio anywhere that you want. So let's add some data for all of the sound that we have here. So if we click on play, we can, for example, for the door open, call it door and drag the door open in the audio clip. For the volume, we can set it to 1. For the pitch, we can set it to 1. We don't want the door to loop and we don't want it to play on awake, but we want it to assign a certain audio source. So if we go to our door over there, we can click on add component and add an audio source. Now for this audio source, I'm going to set its spatial blend to 3D, which will create kind of a sense of position for this audio source. It will feel like the audio is coming to a particular place in our world and not just to our ears. So let's go back to the audio manager. And for the audio source, we can select here the door. Beautiful. Now let's click on the plus button. Do it now for the spaceship background. So we can rename it spaceship background. Now the spaceship background is like a background noise that I want to have in our scene, like a white noise to feel like the player is inside an immersive world. So we can set here the volume to something really small because we don't want it to be too intrusive. We want it to be a loop because I want this background sound to loop, and we want it to be play on awake. Now for the source, for the audio source, let's set it to none. And automatically the audio manager, if you don't set any audio source, it will add one directly on this game object. Okay, so let's create another one. And this one will be for the engine. We can drag here the spaceship engine, set the volume to something like 0.3. we can set it to loop, but we don't want it to play on awake. And for the engine sound, we don't want it to have any audio source. So finally, the last one is not the engine, but it is the pistol. So the thing that we have over there. We can drag the spaceship gun right there, set the volume to something a bit higher, like 0.5. We want it to loop if the players press on the pistol button for a long time, but we don't want it to play on awake. And for the source, what I'm going to do is click on our sci-fi pistol, then add an audio source, and simply set the spatial blend to 3D. Beautiful. There you go. Now we can simply drag the sci-fi pistol for the source. And just like this, all of the audio of our game are located inside the same place under the audio manager. The last thing we need to do is, of course, to be able to call these audio when we particularly interact with an object. So, for example, let's do this with the sci-fi pistol. If we go back to the Meteor pistol script right there, we can simply call audio manager.instance.play and just call the pistol name, which is the name of the audio. When we stop shooting, we can do the same. So I'm going to copy this line of code, but instead of play, do stop. Beautiful. Now let's do the same when we open or close the door. So if we go back to our little button, then on the button push open door, we can simply call when we toggle door open audio manager.instance.play and call our door audio name. As you can see, it is very simple. And last but not least, we need to set up the engine noise when we activate here the spaceship movement. And we can do so in the space outside, here on the space outside controller. And we can simply, in the update function, if the lever.value is true, so if the lever is on, we can do audio manager.instance.play engine. Beautiful. And else, we can simply do audio manager.instance.stop. But there is a little issue with this setup right there, is that if we keep the lever value on, the audio manager will try to play the engine sound every frame of the game, as this is located inside the update. But we of course want this to happen only once, when we start activating or then we stop activating. And so to do so, I'm going to simply add a private bool called wasOn and simply set this wasOn to be the lever.value at the end. And we can simply make sure that if the lever.value is not equals to wasOn, this means that we will have a change of lever value and that we can simply stop or play the audio. And there you go. Now with this, everything should work. We have successfully managed to create an audio manager that is set up for all of the audio of our game and to link all of these audio with the interaction of our game. One thing is missing, and it's of course to click on play to find out if everything works. And there you go, guys. As you can see, you can now hear the background audio that is looping and it's feeling just more and more immersive. You can of course grab some object and you will hear a little audio. And as you can see, the audio works as well for the door. It feels just so nice. And of course, the sound still works as well for the engine. And there you go, guys! Adding sound to a VR game is magic, and it adds so much realism to all the interaction. Now, sadly, there is just one episode left to wrap up this series. Now, in the last video, we are going to optimize our VR game and publish it on itch.io, so make sure to subscribe. And if you'd like to support my work and get access to the Result Unity project, I will leave my Patreon in the description. Thank you for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.